Overseer undone. Martin is on his way to join the Loyalists, and Campbell's fate has thrown the Overseer into disarray. The Overseers. Decoding the High Overseer's journal may reveal any number of strategic secrets, most notably the location of the rightful heir to the throne, Emily Caldwin.
Admiral Havelock and Lord Pendleton are in the courtyard. I expect they'll want to congratulate you.
I wonder how is she going to congratulate me. And that captain looks very young to behold. What is going on? Are they civil war? Not really. Most likely someone is just blowing off steam. High Overseer Campbell has been removed from power, and the Loyalist ally Overseer Martin has been freed. Okay.
He's alive. Thank you, Corvo, thank you. My uncle's a good man, and one day he'll prove it.
Let's
Here.
hope so.
I know you did this for the right reasons, but I want you to take this as a reward. It's an old heirloom one of my aunts gave me.
100 gold coins, yes.
The Admiral was right in recruiting you. Nothing's been the same since the Lord Regent took power. But at least Campbell's gone and my uncle lived. Next time I see my uncle, I will not mention my knowledge of any of this. But he will wonder why I'm smiling. Someday he will be in a position to help you, and he will not hesitate. Just you wait and see.
That was a good one.
I feel hope.
My uncle will see me happy, and he will not understand.
Sure. If this is going to work, we have to take down the Lord Regent and all of his key allies. You know.
Yes. Hopefully the High Overseer is the first step along that path.
And we must find a girl, Emily. Poor thing. Who knows what her mind is like, being there when her mother was killed.
I'd imagine the daughter of an empress is tougher than you think.
Quite right. In any case, we won't get the Lord Regent until we weaken his base. All the pieces are in play. He controls the City Watch. Through Campbell, he had the religious faction. Someone is funding the military. And he currently has a majority in Parliament.
Yes, I'm aware of that. My brothers control the voting bloc for my family. I'm very much aware of that.
Ah, maybe those guys that were manhandling the Empress to be are actually his brothers. They do look similar.
Attention.
You did it! Somehow you took down the High Overseer Campbell against the odds. I knew you were our man, Corvo. With Campbell gone, we've hurt the Lord Regent immeasurably. And with Martin back, we'll have the finest strategist alive.
The Lord Regent must be shitting himself in Dunwall Tower.
Yes, and Campbell's journal, let's not forget. Our hope is that in these encoded pages, the location and condition of Emily Caldwin can be discovered. Our entire movement will mean nothing if we can't place the rightful heir on the throne. We must act fast. No doubt the Lord Regent is holding Emily somewhere, waiting to reveal her, to step out as the hero and further cement his regency.
If he doesn't bring the young lady forth soon, there will be infighting among the nobles as to who should succeed the Empress.
Yes, time is against us. But now you should take a well-earned rest, Corvo. We will decipher the contents of the High Overseer's journal and share them with you later.
I'm going to rest, why not? That will save me a trip upstairs. I could use a rest. I'm sure this is a meeting with the others. What? The outsider. No, he visits me in my bed at night.
It is every citizen's duty to
Ah,
strengthen the
no,
state
it
and
was not
action.
the case.
The state depends on you.
What do you know? That is surprising. So what's my objective now? Talk to Havelock. Why not? I have seen a lot of painted walls. I wonder if there is a way to blast them open. Okay. We shall read that later.
Chapter 32. As yet I have said little of my brothers Morgan and Custis. Twins they are, and 4 years senior to me. Morgan is the larger of the two groups by a slight distance. From earliest memory they have used me in every way. I'm not the first to claim to have known cruel, but my suffering was from. At the tender age of 5, they tied me my howls and my breathing were muffled by a blanket, and so it was hours before the nurse found me, barely alive. I had kicked a few serpents to a pulp and others had slithered away, but not before I'd been bitten a dozen times or more on my legs, arms, and face. The wounds kept me convalescing for months while those two got away with barely a tongue lashing. Wallace! Bring me wine. Tomorrow I will regale you with the special gift they gave me on my 10th birthday.
Turns to the recorder darkly. What the fuck is that?
You're lucky I keep you on.
Lucky? This place would fall apart in 10 minutes without me.
Is that so?
In any case, you can't dismiss me. I went through the books this morning and found 5 mistakes you've made.
Very well.
You're lucky I found them before the Admiral did.
It was a milkmaid who started it. She took ill one morning after her chores, but the milk had already been delivered. That was all it took for them to wall the place off. Plague spreads fast. My master had a very fitful night. No one sleeps well here. When they come to get me, they'll be surprised. I've held a sword before, believe it or not. Please pardon the untidiness of the room. I will tend to it shortly.
It's a nice old pub. These beds have seen quite a bit of use, I can tell you. You'd think a Navy man wouldn't be so particular about his linens. All I ever wanted was to keep a respectable public house.
That a horror house?
Lady Lydia Pendleton. Ugh, no, I'd rather die of plague.
Ooh, but she has thought about it. I'm guessing money and social stature is a powerful aphrodisiac. Where the fuck is Havelock? He's outside.
I know the Golden Cat, not as a patron, mind you. I designed some specialized devices for them. I kept the blueprints, if anyone is curious.
Don't. I brought you tea as a courtesy to a colleague. I won't make that mistake in the future.
I'm sorry, I only thought... Never mind what I thought. Thank you for the tea.
I have to get back to the Admiral. He has news for me.
This guy's a fucking idiot. Who tells a woman, I have a dildo if you wish to use it, wink wink. What are they doing
Hello,
here?
Corvo. I expect Martin will be joining us shortly. I hate to start your day with such a strange matter, but the servants heard something last night, moving through the storm drains beneath the building. Most likely a weeper, the poor bastard. There's no hope for them once the plague gets that far along. Nothing more than a shuffling corpse full of sickness and insects, if you ask me. I'd appreciate you investigating, just to be sure it's not a nosy guardsman that's getting too close. Here's a key to the hatches. I'd send a servant down there, but they'd die of fear on the spot, I'm afraid. Maybe Piero can concoct some sort of sleep poison for your crossbow if you want to go that route.
Aha! Weepers.
Ah, hello, Corvo. Cursed weepers, roaming all over the city. This movement will have a cost. For some of us, it will be very high.
I'm sure killing your brothers will be a happy event for you.
I wonder, Corvo, do you have brothers somewhere? You left your family on Sarkonos to come here for the Empress. There will be lasting consequences when this is all said and done. Make no mistake about that.
So it turns out I'm not from Dungul. Never thought about it. I assumed.
Corvo, my friend, do you need ammunition or weaponry? Would you like me to craft something for you?
Yes! New upgrade, mask optics number 2. Okay, 200 is insane. Whatever. Provides another level of magnification. Press F when zoomed. Yes, please. More bullets, more capacity. Yeah, all these capacities I like. You never know when I might need them. And next round are these 3. Okay, let's see how that works. Oh, that will make hitting them far easier. Yeah, nice. Okay, let's see what a Weeper is. I was very concerned about that Weeper spreading. Weepers spreading because you killed a bunch of people. Fuckers. Really? They just locked me down here. Now he can escape, and we don't have to deal with him. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know, she looks sexy to me. Ancient note. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, let's get bend the time level 2. I like it. Feeling good about it. It's better to have few powers so you don't confuse yourself in the middle of combat. The simpler shit is, the easier to control, to manage. I wonder if I should kill her. Putting a weeper to sleep doesn't really solve anything, does it? You'll just wake up. Try to kill us all. Let's get out through here.
You went down there in the sewers? I thought I heard a weeper in there earlier. You're probably the bravest man I've ever met. Overseer Martin has arrived. He's with Admiral Havelock now. They want to talk to you.
Okay.
Dust here, dust there. Feels like the whole world is dusty. Good day to you, Corvo. Oh, I don't think I've noticed that tattoo on your hand before. It's interesting. For the restless hand shall be raised against the common good. Downstairs, upstairs, almost done. Downstairs, upstairs, almost done.
Corvo,
Let's see.
I trust you remember Martin, an overseer before, and perhaps again someday soon.
I owe you thanks for my rescue.
Indeed, you've given us a glimmer of hope, Corvo. Because we've gotten what we wanted from Campbell's journal. You've done it. We know where Emily Caldwell is being held.
The Golden Cat of all
Ha!
places. A bathhouse for aristocrats. Little better than a cursed brothel.
But there's an unfortunate twist. It appears that Pendleton's own kinsmen stand in our way. The twins, Morgan and Custis. Not only are they controlling Emily, but they have the controlling parliamentary votes we so desperately need.
Yes, the Pendletons have to die. But most importantly, Emily must be brought here safely so we can protect her until the Lord Regent and his entourage have been dealt with. Pendleton's waiting for you on the dock. He's asked to brief you personally. I think it's best.
I don't buy for a second that this guy doesn't want his elder brothers dead. He craves their blood. Such a poor bastard. Okay, let's talk to him.
Corvo,
Let's talk
a
to
moment
him.
if I may.
Campbell's book appears to contain much more than we expected. He was blackmailing a number of highly ranked overseers. With the information in his journal, we will be able to manipulate the religious faction. The overseers will bend to our will. You've never been to the Golden Cat? No, I suppose not. Me neither, of course.
Of course.
Royal Protector.
I won't ask, but
Just the
the
man I
mark on
needed
the
to
back of
speak
your
with.
hand. Are you studying the forbidden arts, Corvo? Never mind. We're all friends here.
Ah, so he's a truineer.
My neck still aches a little from the stocks. But I must say, you created quite an impression on the overseers during your visit. They are a nervous lot now.
Corvo, a moment if I may. Corvo, I've asked to speak to you myself. You see, I'm sending you to kill my older brothers, Morgan and Custis. They're horrible men. It's true, as you may have heard, cruel beyond words. Further, my brothers are close allies to the Lord Regent, and as long as they are in Parliament, we cannot gather the votes we'll need to stop the Lord Regent from further consolidating his power. These days, they're best known for exploiting their favor with him to cheat others out of their wealth. Let's just say that not every family evicted and quarantined for having the plague actually has the plague. I warned my brothers in every way I could. I really did. But they never did listen to me. They'll be at the Golden Cat tonight at their usual revels. They'll be protected by the City Watch, so it'll be dangerous. Now go. Please do it before I change my mind.
Yeah, right. He's really conflicted. I can see it in his lips and tongue as it tastes Dunwall whiskey. That guy's a very poor
Master Corvo.
actor.
Better than the Cold Ridge prison, ain't it?
Barely.
I'll take you to the Golden Cat when you're ready. I've taken Lord Pendleton enough times, believe me.
You know what? I think it's time to read.
Whenever you're ready, I'll be waiting.
Yeah, it's time to read. Okay, Corporal Meadows, we found this strange rune on the woman who used to sell pastries up the street. Not sure how she died, but since the thing looks superstitious, we send it aside for the overseers. We set it aside. Looks superstitious. That doesn't make much sense. Okay. After your ship is over, take it to them for disposal or whatever they do with them. Don't forget. Campbell! I'm not sure. This is the madame. I'm not sure how my predecessor operated, but from now on, if one of my girls tries to blackmail you, you send her back at the Golden Cat instead of concocting some plan of your own. I've had to replace 3 girls in many months. And you can imagine the business of carnal pleasure is booming in this plague-stricken hole you call a city. Madame Prudence. Yeah, she sounds very prudent. More tools, Trevor. They're going to need another shipment of tools to destroy these accursed bond charms. Though we managed to break down over a dozen last month, there are more coming in from over Griskull. And the things are remarkably resilient. Exploding Hounds, Bartholomew. I've seen the harnesses that you've been devising in that workshop of yours. If you want to strap explosives to my precious hounds and make clean bombs out of them, you can count me out of your plan. I'm the master of the hounds here, and without my training there'll be no... They'll never do as you request. Signed, the Hound Master. The music box. Or Sir Humphrey, I've left you a copy of the ancient music so you might familiarize yourself with the principles I'm employing in the latest variations of Holger's device, or the music box as men call it. As you should know, it produces harmonies that render heretical energies or magic inert through counterbalancing mathematical principles. Read the book and then make yourself useful by finding us some subjects to test it on. This city is choked with corruption and superstition, so I trust you won't have to look too far. Signed, High Artificer Bartholomew. Replacement bulb. Humphrey, would you see that this bulb gets installed in that little supply depot at the loading docks? The men have been grumbling out this thing for what must be months now, as if they were anything of value on the other side of that door is supposed to be open. Yeah, whatever. I'm sure there was some special item. Keep quelling problems like these for me and you might just make apprentice. Concerning the crossbows. Campbell, we initially thought it a great find when we came across some of the crossbows that the assassins had been using to carry our patrols. To harry our patrols. The models we found, however, have proven lacking. Those men have greater accuracy and range, and I swear theirs reload faster. I'm recommending that we stick to pistols and sabers and count this as a lesson in where our strengths lie. High Artificer Bartholomew. Pendleton's family crisis. Cousin Anna, Burger and Costis continue to resist my efforts and are no longer responding to my letters. The servants tell me they have been absent from the manor for some weeks. My brothers have always been arrogant, utterly convinced of their own certainty, and they don't really give two figs for anyone else in the world, unless they want something and can't take it outright. But this disagreement over the upcoming parliamentary vote has reached a crisis point. Up till now, the Lord Regent has been somewhat restrained in his authority, at least where the holdings of the gentry have been concerned. If Morgan and Curtis vote in his favor, the law will be changed and we will be at risk, aristocracy or not. I implore you, if you know where they are, to speak with them. Lord Treble Pendleton. Well, maybe he was not lying when he said he had tried everything to convince them to switch sides. An ancient note. I'm sorry, but I won't be here for the next meeting, or ever again for that matter. What happened here was unnatural and makes me sick to recall. I left the result of our labors here for you to keep, but I expect that the rats will consume it before you return. Goodbye. Okay. Holy shit. I think this was the last I read. No. I read this one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let's read this one. No, yeah, I read that one. Okay, Elixir accounts, next batch. Golden Cat 2 crates, okay. Luther. Huh. Grief past due. I guess that's why they were trying to force him to give up everything he had. Okay. Corno's visit. Wayland. Captain Carl and his retinue will be here this evening. I read this. Yeah, I read this on the quest. On branding heretics. The heretic brand is reserved for those overseers who have committed heinous acts against the order, but have not broken codes that would otherwise result in execution. No contact, aid, or shelter can be given to one bearing the brand. That person is forevermore unwelcome to the Abbey and its affiliates. When used, the brand is applied to the forehead so that all can see the sins of the recipient. The chemical compound acts immediately, scarring the heretic for the remainder of life. The interrogation room here at the office of the High Overseer stands ready for the branding ritual, should the need arise. The recipient must be strapped into the interrogation chair and restrained as the brand is applied. The heretic brand itself will be stored in the same room. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Dead, branded, who? That's the same to me. The fourth stricture. Let's read this one first. The 7 strictures. Surround your innermost being with these strictures, and you will be safe. 7 strictures are our core principles, taught and reinforced by overseers across the Isles. From these principles stem all manner of rules, social codes, and beliefs out the cosmos. The 7 strictures are 1. Wandering gaze, 2. Lying tongue, 3. Restless hands, which I did read out, the restless fapping hands, yeah. 4. Roving feet, 5. Rampant hunger, 6. Wanton flesh, and 7. Errant mind. Wandering gaze, lying tongue. You could say that the weepers violate a lot of them, don't they? Wandering gaze, they don't have eyes as far as I can see. Lying tongue, they don't speak, I guess. Restless hands, for sure, they are like twitching all the time. Roving feet, they walk constantly and run. And rampant hunger, that's a given. Wanton flesh, exactly the same. An errant mind, yeah, those, at least those 3, I would say, and the first one possibly really apply to weepers. All these behaviors must be restricted in order to keep one's heart free from the malevolent influences. They are the inroads of the outsider. Okay, let's get to know the second stricture better. Restrict the lying tongue, that is like a spark in the hidden's mouth. It is such a little thing, yet from one spark an entire city may burn to the ground. Better to live a life of silence than unleash a stream of untruth. The echoes of lies come back as the voice of the outsider. The fourth stricture. Restrict the roving feet that love to trespass. They pay no heed to the boundary stones of a neighbor's fields. They wander into foreign lands only to return with their souls blackened by iniquity. Give me a second because these fucking glasses are a disgrace. Okay, iniquity. Where is iniquity? Ah, yeah. Where have you strayed that destruction now comes behind you? Would you walk across burning coals or broken glass? Yes, because Jesus demands it. Then why do you prowl into the homes of the honest or into the dens of hidden things? For the result is the same. You will fall into the void. Instead, rest your feet on a firm foundation, so that when the winds of the outsider shriek against you, you will stand firm and in solid rock and not be overthrown. Okay, let's go for the movements of Corbo. Known movements returned after an official deployment of roughly 2 months. After departure from Grisco, The mission included stops at other major isles at the behest of the Empress Jessamine Caldwin, arrived bearing ill news, immediately apprehended for her murder. Last confirmed sighting entered sewers under Coldridge Prison after escaping execution under unusual circumstances. Testimony from citizenry. Trade drawer, confidence, moderate, unconfirmed. Statement, person matching subject's description seen conversing with unknown woman near front gates of the Academy of Natural Philosophy. Testimony from citizen Benjamin Harryview. Confidence low, unconfirmed. Statement, person matching subject's description seen fraternizing with Oxhurst Judge's. How did he know? Of course. Testimony from citizenry, Charlotte Cackenhead. It's not Crackenhead, okay. Confidence low, second hand. Statement, overheard conversation implying one of the parties involved had knowledge of the that's no information. Suspected alliances, none known. Really? So they have absolutely no idea of the loyalist plot. Recommendation, search of the estate district based on the subject's prior position of authority and privilege. Okay. The position log number 73,826. The case of Agatha Hascourt. The position from Mary Wallace. I smelled a peculiar stench coming from the Agatha's window one night, and I looked into the window and saw her burning over a fire. The bones of something small, along with chunks of her. Witch! The position from Herbert Alcott. On several evenings as I came home from work, I saw Agatha peering at me unnaturally from behind her curtains. On the fifth day, I felt a pain in my stomach upon approaching her home. It was my... Okay. Outcome, Agatha's home was searched. Several outlaid items were found. And Agatha was caught as she attempted to flee from the back door. Her interrogation yielded little of use. Home and property seized, for the eye remains cremated. That sounds very much like the Inquisition. The Inquisition also required testimony from someone actually accusing a person by name. Alright. Confiscation log number 2749. Accused Archibald Pilling. Record effigy of the Lord Regent. Sentence. Sentenced to 3 years of imprisonment. What? For what? For having for having an effigy of the Regent? Okay. Accused Beatrice Gould. Record collection of animal skulls carved with pictographic sigils. Sentence, home confiscated. That seems a little bit unbalanced. Accused Charles Hanley. Recovered book of rituals. Sentence, home and property seized. Banished to the flooded district. That makes more sense, because he's a heretic. Disclosure log number 965. Name Dylan Jacobs. Admitted violations. Theft of neighbor's food. Records half wages to be given to neighbor for a month. Well. Name Millicent Ridgeway. Joe Way. Admitted violations. Adultery. Okay. Records 1 year in the service to the order. Well, I guess the yeah, she committed adultery, so they sentenced her to prostitution. It makes sense. Robert Young. Admitted violations. Spying on his neighbor as she bathed. Who is not guilty of that? No, really. Records. Public humiliation in the stocks for 2 days. I'm guessing he's going to do it again. That's not that much of a punishment. The 7, okay. Abductee manifest. The following children have been brought to the Goldfreeze farm, awaiting passage to White Cliff on the 13-day month of seeds. Judge blah 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 Glendon, huh? Thomas Jordan. Ration allocated 12 crusts of bread, 1 wheel of blood ox cheese, 5 tins of brined hagfish. Tales for children. Like set of cautionary tales for children. I think I read this already. Yeah. Bone charm situation. Report to the office of the High Overseer by High Overseer. Okay. I was asked, should we not tolerate the possession of simple bone charms among the populace? Surely this is a trivial matter, merely a cultural practice seen across the Isles, not as terrible as the creation and coveting of more complex occult runes. Such an insidious question. This foolish distinction weakens our mission while the stench of the outsider grows thick around us. Perhaps, as some claim, our ancestors tolerated these cursed practices during the times before our mother empire arose, to ease the lives of the lowliest serfs as they paved the roads to civilization. But there is no excuse for witchery in this brighter industrial age. Having adjudicated the trials of many heretics myself, I sweat not their eyes. As the clarity of pain took their lives, we are grateful to be liberated. Yes. Yes. Let's burn them at the stake. The Metaphysica Mysterium. Avant work on a supernatural ritual. It is said that we should not sully our hands when combating the forces of the void. My studies have been deemed heretical by my brothers, but the rewards have been invaluable. I have harnessed the same energies employed by the outsider and his accursed followers while avoiding their corruption. I will describe a twofold method in this text. 1. Indirection. As the unwholesome powers of the outsider use living flesh as a conduit, we can avoid being tainted by using the flesh of others instead. I want to see how that works. Containment. By using channels and barriers, we can focus these void energies into a raw... What? State, shielding them from the perverse perspectives of the outsider. I don't understand that very well. Not that I need to, because so far I'm siding with the outsider. Who gives a shit? So let's read out the great man, or spirit, or whatever he is. A diary of a known heretic seized before his execution. Foremost, the outsider is nothing but a child's tale meant to instill fear that beyond the family, the community. When I was young, my mother and I were on the run, moving from one village or sea town to the next, camping in the woods for weeks, always with the accursed overseers at our backs. At night she told me of her dreams, of the empty place where the outsider whispered to her. With each visit her craft grew, until she could see through the eyes of moths and unlock a door or window latched from outside the house. I'll find this empty place. Somehow the key to open the void will fall into my hands. In time I'll learn the secret and how he will call to me as he called to her. called me a heretic for my studies, dragged me to your cold stone cell, whipped my flesh and put me on trial as an apostate, burned my body to ash, but I will continue to seek the realm of which my mother spoke. It is my life's meaning, and the cause of your death. Let's move on.
Always dreamed I'd have my own ship.
I wouldn't call this a ship.
I'll take you to the Golden Cat when you're ready. I've taken Lord Pendleton enough times, believe me.
Okay, I believe you. Alright, let's go. House of Pleasure.